Well, I'm actually a teacher in my other life, so I teach students from sort of 14 age up to 18, and there was no opportunity for younger students to come in and learn about film, which gave me the idea of starting up a club in the holidays where they could come in and they could learn all the aspects of filmmaking, from the storyboarding, screenwriting process, all the way through to making the film and then seeing it in the cinema at the end.
And Scott, what was it that attracted you to joining the Academy?
Well, I had previously done some summer camps, the usual sporty activity ones, and I found it was really just a sort of camp that really got you out of the house, but you didn't get anything back from it. And this film camp, when I first did it, I was amazed because it was a very hands-on experience. I not only was doing some of the acting roles, I was learning audio, sound equipment, and the camera equipment as well. It was hands-on, so you were always doing something.
I think we've got proof of how hands-on it is here. Let's just have a quick clip of one of the films that you guys have made and been involved in.
Yeah.
It's been so cool to be a pilot. You could drive all those awesome planes and meet all those awesome pilots. They weren't all that awesome. Yes, they were. And what if you crashed? Then you would be one of the unlucky ones. I would never be one of the unlucky ones. I travel all over the world.
OK, so Scott, give us a kind of brief idea of what we were looking at there.
We were looking at the film, which is our fourth film. It was called Who's for the Game, and it was a World War II film. And I actually was asked to write the script as well, since I'd worked there previously on some of the sets as well. And I very willingly did it, and the whole story is basically about these children they do research on a computer, and they find this old war story, and they find out that in Barnes in London in the war a German pilot crashed, and they have to try and keep him alive. And the script I originally had, it went through a lot of changes, and that was for the better because the children actually got a hands-on experience, the actors themselves. We had a big wall with a big A4 piece of paper, and they could write ideas, and it changed and adapted for the better.
So yeah, we kind of start with a skeleton script, which allows all the students to add their own bits during the process. So over the 5 days, you might have a student who's involved in front of the camera, acting, but also might want to be involved in all the other stages as well. So using the cameras, using the sound equipment, like Scott said. But also on that clip you just saw, we had some 3D editing. One of our students, Rory Campbell, who did that clip, they can get involved with the other side as well in the post-production. So I try and give, or the Academy tries to give, a full experience for all the students.
Now, we've been hearing in recent weeks and months, in fact even years, about the growing population, or popularity I should say, of the capital for being a place to film, to make movies, big Hollywood movies. Do you saw a gap in the market there, that perhaps our young people aren't being trained into the skills?
You mentioned Hollywood there, and what I'm very proud of is the British film industry, and what the Academy tries to do is nurture young talent and try and improve their skills and get them excited about filmmaking without the need to go over to America to make films. We've got a very wholesome film industry here that does very well, and we should support that. And I'm hoping that some of our students will go through this and come out the other side and want to get involved in filmmaking as a career.
Now, I want to ask you about your film festival. It's starting this year. Just tell us a bit about it.
Next year, next September.
Oh, sorry, 2016. I've jumped forward a year. That was ambitious of me, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, no, it's next year. It takes a while to organise these things. So we're hoping to have kind of a youth theme behind it. So any student that's made a film and wants to enter a film can see their film on a big screen. But also we're going to do some interviews with famous directors and actors, and give more opportunities, as I say, for people to see some of the things that are happening in the British film industry.
Fantastic. And lastly, just tell us a little bit about the sort of people that you've met doing this Academy.
Well, I've been privileged to meet a lot of children that were incredibly thirsty for knowledge of film, and that really encouraged me, because it just showed that these children didn't just come on this camp to get out of the house. They came on this camp to learn, and by the end of the week, I could see they actually had learned. I wasn't having to teach them as much. They had developed the skills, and they knew what to do by the end of the day.
Fantastic. Well, Scott and Sam, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.